Welcome to the world of royal brains here. Dear students, today we're going to discuss here some important and commonly used phrases and idioms. Dear students, जो हम idioms और phrases discuss करेंगे, इनमें से maximum आपको पता होगी, and what I am here for, I am just here to remind and recall them for you. Okay, let's begin with our first phrase, that's bad blood. What's bad blood? Bad blood, a feeling of enmity, dushmani ki ek feeling. For example, if I say that after losing the match there was a bad blood among players, that means there is a feeling of enmity among players. Got it? Dear student, make every sentence in the comment box after watching and listening every idiom or phrase. Okay, let's move to second one, that's to beat black and blue. What's that, to beat black and blue? That means to beat mercilessly, बेरहमी से मारना, ठीक है. For example, if I say that when the thief was caught, he was beaten black and blue. That means he was beaten mercilessly, he was beaten tyrannically, he was beaten brutally. But dear student, to move heaven and earth. What's that, to move heaven and earth? That's actually, dear student, to do all that can be done. हर मुमकिन है कोशिश करना. For example, hey, if I have to get place in royal brains, I have to move heaven and earth. If I have to pass IAS exam at any cost, I have to move heaven and earth. That means I have to crack every step, I have to face every difficulty and stumbling block. Got it, dear student? Coming to next, dear student, that's pen and ink. Pen and ink. What's that, pen and ink? Pen and ink means, dear student, in writing, in written form. For example, somebody verbally tells you that, hey, sign on this document. You first of all say him that, hey, give me this all in pen and ink. That means give me this all in written form. So until and unless there is a written document, I can't give my consent. Okay, so pen and ink means writing, in writing or in written form. Okay, hey, please sign this document. No, I'm not going to sign on this document. Why? Because this is not in pen and ink. Okay, going to neck and crop. What? Neck and crop. ये idioms और phrases आप use करते हैं, ठीक है dear student? But मैं आपको remind कर रहा हूँ. Okay, neck and crop. That means completely, entirely. For example, in 2014, when the flood cut Kashmir, the whole Kashmir was in neck and crop, in flood. Yeah, the whole Kashmir was flooded in neck and crop. That means it was completely flooded. Okay, dear student? Gate crusher. This phrase is very commonly used. Gate crusher, uninvited guest. जिसको कोई दावत ना रखी हुई हो, वो आता है दावत पे, ठीक है ना? Uninvited guest, ठीक है? जैसे आप हैं, हाँ. तो uninvited guest, in English we can use for that phrase gate crusher. For example, when the owner of the function started counting the guests, some were extra coming in the list, so he said that, hey, marshal these gate crushers out of the tent. That means इनको kick out कीजिए, ये gate crushers हैं. These all are uninvited guests in our function. Pick up a quarrel. Okay. Pick up a quarrel. आपको word से ही समझ आएगा. Pick up a quarrel. What is this? Pick up a quarrel. To seek fight. कहते हैं ना किसी को लड़ाई मांगता है कि नहीं मैं लड़ाई करूँ, ठीक है ना? For example, if I tell somebody that, hey, if I said my brother that, hey, I have recently met a person who has, for example, beaten me. So, but don't expose this all to my father. Why? Because my father is so quarrelsome. He may pick up a quarrel. That means he may start fighting, or he may seek issues or excuses to create fight, to seek fight. What a dear student? Okay, make a sentence. Yearn for. What's that? Yearn for means to crave for. To crave for what? To crave for means to stuff for. For example, I have been hitting my books for the last 8 years. For what? Actually, I'm craving for, or I'm yearning for IAS exam. I'm yearning for IAS exam. I'm yearning for competitive exam. Got it? Means crave for. Okay. To lose ground. What's that? To lose ground. To lose ground, dear student, means to become less powerful. To become less powerful, or to become less acceptable in the society. For example, if your father is, we can say that, arbitrator or middleman in our society. Middleman, I mean one who arbitrates different issues in the society, but now he has lost his value, he has lost his competency in the society. So I may say that day by day your father or your grandfather is losing the ground. That means he is losing the competency, he is losing the value, he is losing the power in the society. He is no more acceptable as much as he was earlier. Okay, so don't lose your ground when you are the monitor of this class. So balance your value. Okay, one more important, that's a stepping stone. What is that, a stepping stone? That's a source of advancement. What is that, a source of advancement? That means, for example, if you pass the exam and you are turning ecstatic, you are turning so happy, so I'm telling you that, hey, don't stop here, make it a source for your future. So that I may say that, hey, this becomes your stepping stone for your future. Okay, or sometimes if somebody gets failed in the examination, so we learn from failures. More we get failed, we learn that where we have got stuck, what are the stones in our ways, and we learn them. Okay, and dear student, if I say that by getting failed in any exam, in any situation, make that stepping stones for you, make that stepping stones for your future plans. Okay, dear student. Okay, today if you have achieved something less, so I will say that, hey, make this lesser achievement what stepping stone for your future grand achievements. Okay, dear student. Idiom, to be at the zenith of, to be important, to be at the zenith of. That means, dear student, to be at the highest point of, or to be at the top of. Top of what? Top of or either fame, glory, or collapse maybe. Okay, for example, we may say that BJP is at the collapse, or BJP at the point of, for example, collapse. For that we can say that BJP is at the zenith of collapse. Okay, if somebody is, for example, getting the ground, somebody is winning the field, so I may tell him that, hey, you are at the zenith of achievement, you are at the zenith of fame and glory, at the top of, at the highest point of fame and glory.